Okay, and welcome back to part 2. I've just got to it's processing complete. Okay, it might actually work. So we were looking at Tam, and we're at the top of page 19, where the main event is occurring. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, this is Tam 2, and we're at the top of page 19, where the main event is occurring. And again, we've got another description of the big event, but it's a comedy description. So first of all, he's seeing all the supernatural forces, so the witches and demons and warlocks. We've got old Nick, and he's playing the pipes. The coffins are open, and he's on the altar, the holy table, is a murderer's bones, 2 babies, a thief that's just been hanged, and a tomahawk is some sort of knife, and a scimitar is another sort of knifey sword. So the bloods are still on the tomahawks, and the scimitars were used to murder people. So it's not so much comedy, is it? It's just quite an exciting description of what you can see. A garter, I think it's some sort of belt that strangled a baby, is also on the altar. And a knife that a son had used to cut his father's throat is on the altar. And 3 lawyers' tongues are on the altar. And it's a bit of a dig at lawyers. Well, a lot of a dig at lawyers. The tongues are sown with lies because that's what lawyers do. And also 3 priests' heart, bit of an anti-priest thing, because these are rotten and black and they lie stinking, because that's what priests' hearts are like. Welcome to St. Dominic's Sixth Form College. Anyway, a bit of a dig at the law and the church, and a sort of a humorously exaggerated picture of what he can see. So the witches get so hot, they sweat and smell and cast their ragged clothes to the floor. Now then, the narrator intervenes. Look, Tam, had these been young girls, I would have given my trousers off my buttocks to look at them. So more male narrator talking to his male character here and assuming a male audience. Yeah, that's right. Also, this kind of looking at women. You can't say the word perving. We're going to have to work that out. This male gaze, you might say, staring at them, but not these older ones, not the ones that are withered, but withered beldames. They're in the original. It's a wonder it didn't turn your stomach. So judging women, looking at them, judging them, enjoying it, it's all part of the joke. It's not so much the judging as you're in an in-joke together, and if you don't think that's funny, you've got no sense of humour. That sort of misogyny. So, but Tam is looking at there's one beautiful one, and he's looking at her, and he shouts out, "Well done. You've got to learn that one. Well done, Cutty Sark." I don't think you should call it short skirt. You should call it bit of skirt, because I've heard that expression. A bit of skirt. Well done, bit of skirt would be more normal English. Have you heard the expression, she's a bit of skirt, or it's an old one then? So he gets chased. Here is the big epic event. He's chased by devils and demons, and Maggie runs off with him. The narrator's worried. "Oh, Tom, you'll get what's coming in hell. They'll roast you like a herring." You'll be able to remember that one, like a herring. And Maggie saves the day and leaps over the stream, but the witch caught her by the rump and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. So to just go back to the areas I wanted to cover, I've said this, that it's misogyny. You might say the male narrator, the joke about men drinking and women nagging them, the audience being in on the joke, and the we that's referred to at the beginning being the audience, in the audience. And there are women in the audience, but they sort of take on honorary maleness in a way, or just go along with it. And you've got to ask yourself, who is the more attractive character, Tam or Tam's wife? Whose side do you want to be on? And for me, I want to be Tam. I want to be in with the having a good time, drinking, slapping each other on the back, singing songs. I don't want to be the waiting at home, shouting at people one. So I am placed with Tam in this story. So that's that one. Now on to the anti-drink warning. Here it is. Now, this is like the moral at the end of the story. You get it in Aesop's fables. It's a kind of classic thing to do. Put the moral on. Now, who this tale of truth shall read? Each man and mother's son take heed. Whenever to drink you are inclined, or short skirts or bits of skirts run in your mind, think you may buy joys over, dear. Remember what happened to Tam O'Shanter's horse, which had lost its tail. That's a joke, isn't it? It's not really a moral, because the only thing that happened to Tam O'Shanter's horse is it lost its tail, and that's not very bad. It's not going to stop you doing anything. So this is a tale in which alcohol is enjoyed. Tam enjoys it. He enjoys his life, and he has a funny episode that he escapes from, but we can't really claim to be promoting alcohol. So we stick this moral on the end and say, oh, don't go drinking or lusting. It's like a cover story, this moral that is, because it's ridiculous to say that. It's a very short part of the moral, and nothing bad does happen to Tam. So if you did remember Tam O'Shanter's maid, carry on drinking. So it's part of that. I wish you'd listen to your wife's advice. Oh, don't go drinking. It's the sort of, you've got to imagine someone doing a big wink. Yeah. And it's part of the joke we have all the time in this country, isn't it? Now, careful now, don't go drinking too much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Doesn't really mean that. It's sort of part of an in-joke about alcohol, which is a terrible, terrible drug. It really is. But it's something we joke about and normalize in this society. And you might say that's part of it. So, yes, you may buy joys over, dear. Remember Tam O'Shanter's mare. You can't take that seriously. And I don't know if you remember when I did my own version of Tam O'Shanter, and I had to end with, now just remember, don't go drinking and don't have lustful thoughts, because look what happened to Tam O'Shanter's mare. It's just ridiculous. Okay, I feel I've said